My name is Connor Black, and I'm here to talk about my two summer reading books. So, the two books I read were The Secret Life of Bees by Sue Monk Kidd and Kindred by Octavia Taylor. Um, First off, when I picked these books out at the beginning of the summer, I just went through the list that we were given and just picked them both randomly. And I made sure that they were both postmodern era books so that's what I thought the similarities were going to be that I was going to talk about in this project. But as I read them, I realized that both of the books have heavy themes of racism throughout them. And I thought that fit perfectly with what's going on in the world right now. So, to start off, The Secret Life of Bees, it's about this young white girl. She turns 14 at the beginning of the book. Set in 1964, she has an abusive father, and so she runs away with her maid, who's a black woman. And in the beginning of the book, they deal with some racism when the black woman goes to register to vote, and they deal with some racist men who abuse them, and they get put in jail just because she's black. And after that, they move to this house of full of only black women live there, and they're all beekeepers, which is another theme of the book, and they all come together, and it just says a large statement about how the young girl didn't see racism, and it sort of says another message about feminism and how the bond of women together is stronger than many others. And secondly, the next book I read was Kindred. It's about a black woman named Dana, set in 1975, and she marries this white man named Kevin, which neither of the families approve of. Dana's family and Kevin's family, they both wanted them to marry a person of their own race. So that's the first part of racism in the book, and then it takes a big turn when in the book Dana starts to be able to time travel, and she time travels back to, at first it's 1815, and she goes back to some area in South Carolina, and she's caught. Everyone thinks she's a slave, so she gets whipped and things of that nature, and she comes back, and that's what the whole story revolves around: is flashbacks to her early days with Kevin, where she had to deal with racism in the 1970s, and it goes back to the days where slavery was legal, and obviously racism was a big thing back then. And I think in both books, with Lily and with Dana, the two main characters are both female. The way they look at life are, in the plot itself of the book, are changed by the things they see and the scenarios they go through due to racism. And it just sort of starts all the conflict in the book, in each of the books. It drives the plot, and it helps all the characters grow and become, it sort of sends a message how stupid it is that some people even can even be racist, because everybody's a person. And that's what these two books are trying to show.